Hey dude, long time no see.
It's good, bro. It's been a minute. Just forgot how to put this thing on.
What are we up to?
I'm gonna go run.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna go run. I'm gonna do exactly what I said I would never do, and I'm gonna become a runner. These are my new running shoes.
Those look really fast.
Dude, they're so comfy. The Nike Mules. No, bro. Physique training, bodybuilding is done for the time being. There's some backstory to that, which we can get into. And I have 2 endurance style competitions. One is purely endurance, one is kind of endurance, which I'm excited for, nervous about. I gotta get good at running first. So I'm all in, I'm going hybrid, let's say. And we're gonna go on a 4-mile run right now, if I make it 4 miles. So I'll explain exactly what I'm doing and why I'm doing it here in a bit, but for now, I need to get ready. I'm gonna have some electrolytes, transparent labs. I'm gonna put my actual running shoes on with the world's thickest soles. I thought they were so funny before I became a runner, but dude, they're so comfy. It is insane. I'm gonna throw these on, I'm gonna take the hoodie off, and I'm gonna start running down the highway until I get to the trail that opens up to some beautiful trees and stuff. We're gonna go on a 4-mile run. We'll come back to the gym and we'll get into the rest. That's the longest run I've ever done, I think. 4.3 miles, I think it said. At a pace of about 8 minutes. It was above that, but when you got lost, you drove past, I stopped for a couple minutes and I forgot to turn off my watch, so it messed up my pace a little bit, which is fine, I don't really care about that. I'm pumped, man. I haven't ran 4 miles straight yet in this like month-long journey. When I first started, I was doing like 30-minute runs, which was recommended to me by an advanced runner for beginners. Just set a time of 30 minutes and run at a steady pace and just do 3 minutes on, 2 minutes off, 4 minutes on, 1 minute off, do whatever, just to get through it. Don't focus on distance. And then once I set the competition in place of what I'm gonna do, I was like, okay, I need to be able to run a certain distance. I'm gonna grab my Nike Mules, better than Crocs, my jacket, let's go inside, grab some eat, and let's talk about this first competition. All right, so we got 4-point-something miles, solid pace. Usually I do that at like 6 in the morning. It is 11 right now, so we started at around like 10:30, later than normal. Went way too far, but it felt good. This is like my long run for the week, and I'm building up to a half marathon. So we're running a half marathon, the Paulsbo. So Paulsbo half marathon. I'm gonna run that with some friends. I'm gonna try to get some members out there too. There's a 10K, see if people wanna do that instead. But a marathon is something I said I would never in my life do. And the more people were like, oh, you should do a marathon, you should do high rocks, you should do these different things, I was like thinking about the things I said I would never do, and I didn't like the idea of telling myself I couldn't do something because I'm not a runner. So I said, screw it, let's sign up. Definitely didn't go for the marathon first, but half marathon October 5th. So we got really just a couple months to prep, which isn't that long. We're gonna get the job done. Doing 5 runs a week, and I'm just using the like Runna, I think it's Runna, R-U-N-N-A program. I'll put it in the description of this YouTube, but great little like beginner app that just gives you random runs. I'll run with Grant, the guy that works here with me for TLRD, slamming a meal over there. I run with him on Saturdays. We usually do that same run. We only go 3 miles right after a workout. We're going full-blown hybrid, and I'm actually feeling good. It's been like 5 weeks of no more bodybuilding, no more physique training, which I got out of because I was going through like lower back issues, and the amount of volume I had to push in order to be super competitive in men's physique like I wanted to meant that I had to train longer and more hours and potentially cause more back pain from just loading my body so much, which I didn't want to do because I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a dad, I couldn't even pick up my daughter to get her in the truck. And so that wasn't an option. And the only other option to really get big enough to be competitive was drugs and steroids. And I didn't want to go that route either. So I wanted a new challenge. I wanted something that was going to push me. I chose hybrid training because I didn't want to give up strength training, and I wanted to push myself to do some kind of event. So we're doing the half marathon. Later, we're going to strength train. You'll see what I'm training for there because there's another competition that's going to come a handful of months after this half marathon that I'm excited about. So we'll be training for that, and I'll explain that during the workout later. I'm going to finish this meal. We're going to get into some work. I have a bunch of packages to pack up for the merch, the TLRD merch shop, some hats and shirts and stuff that we got to ship out, and some client work, and then we're going to train. All right, happy packing. Thanks, Grant. Wait, Rockstar. Can't forget this. All right. Oh shit. All right. Okay, so we got some orders to fulfill. I'm actually pumped to talk about this on YouTube too because I've had quite a few people comment on the YouTube vlogs we've done in the past of me training, just wearing some of the tailored stuff, asking when we're gonna release more of it. And it's been a while, but I kind of took a back seat on things so that we could put together a better plan and start working on things the right way. Linked up with somebody who became a good friend of mine, Grant, who runs that didn't work, a creative agency, and that's like all he does is graphic design for apparel, which is nice. I'll put his stuff in the show notes in case any business owners out there need that stuff. That's what he does. We were able to come together, kind of put my ideas into an actual vision and create stuff. So TailoredCoachingMethod.shop. I'll link that as well. I'll create a coupon code for anybody watching, TLRD Tube, T-U-B-E, like YouTube, TLRD Tube. That'll save you 15% off. I'm gonna show you some of the product that we just got done before I pack them. This is the ripstop hat. So it fits very similar to a dad hat, except it's a ripstop material, water repellent. So you could go in the rain, whatever, we can throw water on it, it'll just splash right off. Got the TLRD embroidered, one of our slogans, always fulfilled, never satisfied. This is our A-frame, more of like a snapback hat. This is like the more street style one, but it's mesh panel. This is called the Tech A-frame hat. Again, it's water repellent. So really, really clean. This is like the more like trendy styly one. I'm more of a dad hat guy. And then we got, actually I'm wearing the black shirt. We got the rubber silicone on the front with the logo across the back. We got the white and black shirt. I'm wearing the shorts as well with the silicone, the white and black socks, which we're running out of. We're gonna be doing another drop in the near future. We're working on some designs. We gotta get all these orders out, so I'm gonna pack up some of these boxes, get these people their orders. Shout out to everybody ordering, supporting the movement. Our slogans, always fulfilled, never satisfied, and choose hard, because the hard path always leads to an easier life and a more successful life. That's what this brand is about. It's putting those statements and that vibe, that energy, that feeling on a shirt, on a hat, on anything you can wear and represent, so it reminds you to just choose hard and become better. Plain simple. Think better, do better, become better. I'm gonna get these packed because I'm running behind. Dunzo. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 packages that we'll drop off first thing in the morning on the way into the office. For now, I'm gonna go hit up some client work, communication, programming, stuff like that with some clients. And then I am done for the day and it's time to train again. New training kicks for me are actually skateboarding shoes.
The Nijas.
The Nijas. They're, I mean, like Nike makes skateboarding shoes that are so comfortable, but also skateboarding shoes have a wide toe box and they do minimal like stitching or anything because you just tear them and they're flat. It's like literally perfect for training. All right, so we're gonna start with a dynamic warm up, get loosened up, and then I believe I have box jumps first, maybe, or maybe broad jumps. Got something explosive. We're gonna do a little explosive nervous system primer. Then we're gonna go into the heavy strength circuit. And then we have the finisher. Starting with an explosive movement of the day. I always try to mimic the pattern of one of, if not multiple, compound lifts I'm gonna be doing. So I'm gonna be doing a deadlift today, as well as a bench press. So we're gonna do a broad jump, which is very similar to the hip hinge pattern of a deadlift. I'm doing trap bar deadlifts. And we'll do a chest throw, which is an explosive horizontal press, like I'm gonna do with the bench press. When we do this, we're just firing up our nervous system, priming the joints, and allowing ourselves to recruit more motor units in the same movement pattern. It's gonna make the lift safer. You're gonna be able to go heavier, and obviously that means more volume. You're gonna get more out of it. So we're gonna work up in weight, probably get around 300. I'm like still in that sub-max area, nursing a back issue, which is actually what started this whole hybrid journey. My body just couldn't handle the volume I was doing. So nursing this, but we'll work up weight, do a warm-up round, and then we'll add plates until we get to about 300. Then we'll go to bench press. We'll add weight until we get probably 225. Everything is about 4 to 6 reps. And then we'll load up the T-bar just as much as I can. It's a chest supported machine, probably 245s, maybe 245s and a 25 at most. So really high intensity, heavy weight, low reps. Normally, I am not a fan of supersetting compound lifts like this. These are safe compound lifts to do so. And again, I'm trying to mix the strength and metabolic component so that I can express power and strength while under metabolic fatigue in preparation for high rocks. So finished at 305 for sets of 5, which I'm happy with, especially just getting back through a back injury. 100 pounds on the T-bar, 235 for 5 on the bench, which I'm pumped about actually. 5 sets, accumulating load as we go. No rest in between, at least a minute and a half, no more than 3 minutes in between sets or rounds, which ends up just being me loading plates. That's half of the workouts done. Now we have abs, carries, and sled push. So we're doing sled pushes to mock the weight that I have to push in the High Rocks event. Then we are doing front loaded carries. In High Rocks, they do carries down below, they do farmer's carries. I have that on the second strength and condition day, and we'll do some abs in between that. So crunches, leg raises, stuff like that. These are 2 of my sessions per week. 2 of the sessions are pump days, like straight bodybuilding. So when we look at this hybrid model, we have a little bit of bodybuilding on some of the pump days, which are good for nervous system and joint recovery, but also good for hypertrophy and muscle growth. We have the strength focused day that has this metabolic component to it. And then we have the days where I'm running, which is basically every morning almost, outside of 2 days, so 5 days a week. I'm gonna take a couple minutes, then we're gonna finish with the sled and some carries. can feel that run from earlier. Today was my long run right now. Long run is 4 miles. And I did it 4 hours later than normal, which meant it was that much closer to this workout. That crushed me. Probably the most difficult part about training as a hybrid athlete is 2 days. It's having to fit that many workouts in a single week. It's tough because you're trying to get good at multiple things and you can't do a little bit of each one and expect to get great at them. But I will say it's fun. I think the biggest thing for me is I love challenge. I love like choosing hard things to conquer. And I heard this quote the other day, the biggest things you need to conquer in your life are the biggest things conquering you, which means we gotta look, what are the hardest things? What are the biggest things? What are the things that you feel like you either can't control, you can't conquer, you can't master, you can't work through? That is what you got to work on. It's the obstacle. The obstacle is the way. For me, that is conditioning. Endurance, conditioning, heart rate through the roof makes me so uncomfortable, and it's just not in my zone of strength. So I'm enjoying the process. It's brutal, but this is week 1. Way more to come. We got a half marathon October 5th. We have High Rocks February 1st in Las Vegas next year, which means I have a good amount of time to train. It's gonna be a lot of this training. So miles are gonna start cranking up for that half. Once that's done, a lot of my training is gonna shift to even more anaerobic stuff because I gotta do even more High Rocks training, but it's gonna get fun. If you're doing High Rocks, comment below. If you have any questions about High Rocks or training for High Rocks, comment below. If you're doing anything regarding hybrid training, hybrid athlete nutrition, anything like that, check out the podcast, check out the other content, comment below with any questions, comments, anything that you want to contribute, because I want this to be a community thing. I want everybody to jump in. Hybrid training is new. This is a white belt mentality moment for me. Fresh water, and I'm jumping in, so I want you to jump in with me. See you guys next time.
Thank you.